Hello and welcome back to the channel on my nice shiny new webcam. It feels good to be back on camera rather than phone. Today I'm going to have a look at Mr. Nathan Oakley. He has one of his stroppy moods with someone, a guest on his channel, gets everything totally wrong, strawmans the guy and then says that he cannot be debunked. We're going to have a look at the conversation and then the debunk challenge, and then we're going to do that with some cheese. Nathan, my old China, roll your VT.
Yes, Earth is indeed obviously and observably flat. Any evidence of axial rotation of the Earth-based variety?
No, none.
Not that I know.
No, sorry.
Hold on, this is RC's cue. Go ahead, RC.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so because you can measure it with a ring laser gyro.
Measure what?
You can measure axial rotation with a ring laser gyro.
Oh, so your claim is that the ring laser gyro is demonstrating a 15-degree deviation of the Earth rotating underneath the fixed frame of the ring laser gyro. Is that correct?
No, Nathan, that's not what he said. But perhaps you misheard him or just misspoke.
I would say that the ring laser gyro indicates a 15 degree per hour.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yes.
Yeah, of the Earth rotating underneath the fixed frame of the ring laser gyro.
Again, that's not what he said, Nathan.
Yes.
At this point, RC hasn't picked up on the, let's be generous, on the error that you have just made.
Well, if the Earth rotates under the fixed frame of a ring laser gyro, then it would also rotate underneath aeroplanes, helicopters, and anything else in the inertial reference frame.
What I said is that the ring laser gyro on the ground indicates a 15 degree.
I heard your claim, heard it the second time, and I repeated it twice.
Okay, RC has now realised, and so he rephrases and says the ring laser gyroscope on the ground. Oakley claims he heard what he said twice and repeated it. No, you didn't, you naughty boy.
And clarified precisely what that claim means. If the gyro demonstrates Earth rotation underneath the fixed frame of the gyro, then the Earth is rotating under the gyro and will also rotate anything that's not on the non-inertial reference frame. That would be planes, helicopters, a ball, you jumping up and down, or basically anything. The problem being that if that was the case, if you were travelling from Charlotte, North Carolina to LA, a duration of about 4.5 hours, you'd arrive in about an hour and a half because the Earth would be rotating underneath the plane that you were travelling in the same way as it's alleged by you to be rotating underneath the ring laser gyro.
So you added an extra word into what I said.
RC challenges Nathan and points out the extra word.
You said
I don't care. It's claimed to be a demonstration of the Coriolis effect. Two separate reference frames. One non-inertial spinning reference frame, claimed to be the Earth spinning underneath the inertial reference frame. That would be fixed in the frame of the gyro. And if the Earth rotates underneath the gyro, then it rotates underneath planes, it rotates underneath helicopters, it rotates underneath balls that you throw, it rotates underneath you if you jump up and down. But that's patently absurd because it does not happen.
Well, Mr. Fallacy Man, you should care, because you've just misrepresented RC, and also a ring laser gyroscope does not demonstrate Coriolis effect. It demonstrates and measures rotation. Big difference.
so. Again, you added in an extra word that I
I don't
said.
give a crap what I added. I don't care if I paraphrased you. You're not going to get me over a barrel on me misquoting you, and I haven't put quotes around you or your name after it like other lying sods from your side of the argument who do that to me. I didn't put quotes around you. I described what you are describing. I accurately summarised your position, which is that the Earth rotates under a gyro at 15 degrees an hour. If that was the case, it would rotate underneath planes, and your flight from Charlotte, North Carolina, which takes 4 hours, to LA would be 1.5 hours because the Earth would rotate underneath, but it does not.
Well, it's true you didn't say, RC, you said, quote, XYZ. No, you didn't. but you didn't summarise what he said. Or at least you summarised by adding an extra word and changing the meaning. There is a name for this, Nathan, and you know what it is.
That's a nice straw man, Nathan.
It's not a straw man, it's fact. It's claimed to be a demonstration of 2 reference frames. This is now the 4th time we've gone round this circle, RC Meisty. If you're to claim that it's demonstrating 2 separate reference frames, then Earth's got 2 separate reference frames and Earth would rotate underneath the plane.
Hold up, Nathan. But
Not hold up, that's 5th time I've demolished your argument. I don't want to hear it 6 more times, or you're claiming that me not saying exactly your words is somehow not going to defeat your argument, which I have.
Nathan, RC didn't say anything about 2 reference frames. He said that the ring laser gyroscope would demonstrate rotation. And this is the 4th time I've tried to point it out to you. And you haven't demolished his argument. You've not even responded to his argument. You have changed his argument by adding an extra word. Bit dishonest there, Nothin, Oakley.
No, but what you are doing, Nathan, is you're using your reframing to strawman it. Which is...
No, I'm not. It's claimed to be a demonstration of the Coriolis effect. I clarified what you claimed it demonstrates. 15-degree turn of the Earth underneath the fixed frame of the gyro. That's Coriolis effect.
5th time, Nathan. He never said anything about Coriolis, and he didn't use the word underneath.
Non-inertial and inertial reference frames. That's your claim.
The gyro. No, I didn't. That's not what I said, Nathan, but okay.
He said it claimed to show the Earth rotating at 15 degrees. Underneath the frame of the gyro, that's how it would demonstrate that.
That's not what I said.
I don't give a shit. That's what the demonstration of the ring laser gyro claiming to prove the Earth turn demonstrates, regardless of what you said.
Nathan, you're just strawmanning it.
I'm not strawmanning you, and I'm going to kick you out if you keep going round and round in this circle.
You are strawmanning him. You're going to resort to kicking him out because you won't listen to him. Because you know that the ring laser gyro has nothing to do with measuring Coriolis. You know you're twisting his argument. We can all see it, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan, if you want to address my actual evidence...
Your evidence? Show me this ring laser gyro showing a 15-degree deviation underneath. Show me you doing it. You don't have any evidence, you stupid dick. You've got a claim.
Triggered much, Nathan? I hope you're not going to threaten to hold his ankles and rape him again, like you did that other guy.
No. I've
Yet you've got a claim. No cowbell. Let's see the ring laser gyro that you've done this with. Oh, where's your evidence for this? Sorry, what's that? You're going to say you don't have any evidence of it? It's just a claim?
I do actually. So,
yeah, so let's see you do it then. Put it in live chat. Let's see you doing this test with a ring laser gyro. Put it in live chat. Go.
Well, hold on a sec.
So, like, I have to be
RC, how
in
can
the
you tell
airplane
what
right
you're
now?
measuring is the Earth rotation?
Doesn't matter. If he thinks it's Earth rotation, then by default, he's claiming Coriolis effect is in effect, and therefore you've got 2 separate reference frames, one of which is the Earth rotating underneath. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter what he claims the gyro does. It's claimed to be a demonstration of Coriolis.
And they go round and round in circles, with Nathan continually claiming that RC is talking about Coriolis, which is an effect, not a force. An optical illusion, if you like. But eventually, things come to a head.
All I'm saying with that...
That's what you said. All you're saying is what I've just repeated and what 10th Man's called you out on. Now you're telling me about all you're saying. We've repeated it, we've summarised it, we've demolished it.
You haven't demolished anything, Nathan.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, if you've got a
RC
15-degree deviation of the Earth rotating underneath the gyroscope, then it would also rotate underneath planes or helicopters or gyros or balls or you jumping up and down.
Fallacy.
And at this point, RC directly accuses Nathan Oakley of a fallacy, which is absolutely correct, because that's exactly what Nathan Oakley has done. He's created a fallacy.
Nathan, you're trying to strawman my
It
argument.
just keeps accusing me of logical fallacies. What's
That's
a straw man?
Here we go.
Hold on. What's a straw man? What is a straw man
He said
fallacy?
re-straw man.
Let's first... hold on, no giggling. I want first you, RC, to describe what a straw man fallacy is, then in detail formulate what I have said into that as a fallacy. Go.
Sure. Strawman is when you take one argument You take a particular part of that and then you turn it into another argument.
I think he understands what a straw man argument is, Nathan.
You've done that by saying the word underneath the gyroscope. You're taking that, using a snuck premise inside of my argument and saying underneath, to then take a new argument and say, this is why I'm demolishing your first argument.
What would the
Okay, is that the end? Hold on. Is that the end? That's how you claim I'm making a straw man. Do you
Yes.
claim the Earth rotates underneath the gyro? Yes or no?
That's not what I said. It does not rotate underneath. The
So
Earth
it doesn't.
rotates.
So let me get it straight. Earth does not rotate underneath.
No, Nathan, listen to my words.
I've asked if it does rotate. You've said no. And now I'm asking if it does not rotate, and you're saying listen to my words. These are simple yes or no questions.
It's me. Stop interrupting me.
No, I'll do what the hell I like. Does it rotate underneath? Yes or no?
Nathan, listen to my words. It might
I am listening to your words. You're just not answering my yes or no question. Either it does rotate underneath according to you, or it does not.
No, Nathan, I know you're having a hard time with this.
Right, let's kick him out.
That is one big fat straw man you've constructed, Nathan. Either you are too dumb to actually understand what RC is saying, or you're too scared to actually answer his argument. I'm going for number 2. And number 1.
Bye-bye.
You're,
I'm not having a hard
Nathan's
time with
having-
this. I'm asking you a simple question which I already know the answer to. The gyroscope, I will assert this as fact. And nobody will debunk this statement of fact, RC Meisty, because it is a statement of fact. The gyro is claimed to be a demonstration of Earth-based Coriolis effect.
Claim 1. The gyro measures Coriolis.
The Earth spinning underneath the gyro being the non-inertial spinning reference frame. That is a fact. You double-speaking me, claiming I'm misrepresenting you again like you did last time and trying to draw this out into a non-stop barrage of confusing bullshit that you spew isn't going to happen.
Sets up a straw man and claims, number 2, it's not a straw man.
I do understand what the gyro is claiming to demonstrate by Fundy Globeheads. It's claimed to be a demonstration of Coriolis. I will repeat it again.
Claim 3, the same as claim 1.
That being the non-inertial spinning reference frame of the claimed spinning ball Earth rotating under the gyroscope.
Claim 4, the same as claim 2. The straw man again.
And if it rotates underneath the gyroscope, as it is absolutely claimed to be doing at 15 degrees an hour, then it would also rotate underneath helicopters, aeroplanes, balls, bullets, anything that leaves the spinning non-inertial reference frames.
Claim 5, the Earth's not rotating because otherwise we would see it rotate away from under all the objects that are off the surface. Okay, here we go, Mr. Oakley. We will start off with number 1 and 3. Your claim that ring laser gyroscopes measure Coriolis. Okay, so let's have a brief look at ring laser gyroscopes on Wikipedia. As we all know, what we've got is 2 lasers going in alternate directions round a ring, and then when they meet up, there's an interference pattern if one laser has had a longer path to travel. The question is, what does this show? You're claiming it's measuring Coriolis. Well, here it says indicates rotation. Well, let's just have a quick look. It could be somewhere in the depths of this article. Oh, no Coriolis. Well, perhaps my search isn't working. Let's try rotation. A certain rate of rotation. Pattern follows the rotation. Gradual rotation. Direction of rotation. It appears, Mr. Oakley, that your ring laser gyroscope indicates and detects rotation, not Coriolis. But I can hear you jumping up and down and screaming, Wikipedia, Wikipedia. Fair enough. Let's instead have a look at the manufacturer. Honeywell Aerospace. The GG1320AN digital ring laser gyroscope. Okay, gyroscopes are critical rotation sensing elements in navigation systems. Oh, precision rotation. It all seems to be rotation. So again, let's just have a quick double check because we want to be fair. Oh, no mention of Coriolis. Well, looks like you've been debunked on that one, Nathan.
These are facts, and nobody will debunk these statements of facts, as they are absolutely 100% accurate. I thank you.
A poor start, Mr. Oakley. Let's go with your claim number 5, that a rotating Earth would rotate away from objects that left the surface. We'll start off with your scenario, a flat and stationary Earth. Yes, you throw a ball up in the air, it would come straight back down. You fire a bullet, it would go in a straight path until it arced down and hit the ground. A helicopter hovering would hover in place. Yep, if the Earth was flat and stationary, that would be the case. Let's try scenario 2, a globe Earth that is not rotating. Again, you throw a ball up, it will come straight back down, a bullet will go straight, and a helicopter hovering would hover in place. That leaves only the third scenario, a globe Earth that is rotating. With the third scenario, there's either two options. Either the atmosphere rotates with the Earth or it doesn't. Well, we know that that second part cannot be the case, because if the Earth is rotating and the atmosphere is not, then at the equator you'll have constant hurricanes of 1,000 miles an hour. So we know that that's not the case. So the atmosphere is rotating with the Earth if the Earth is rotating. So what about your objects? Well, the Earth and everything else that's on it is in the same frame of reference. It has the same inertia. So when you throw an object up, it's continuing to rotate with the Earth. There will be some very, very minor slowing, which would give you some Coriolis, but with just throwing a ball, you're not going to be able to measure that. However, with a bullet, a sniper's bullet, you can measure the Coriolis, and snipers have to take this into account. Not only do they have to take into account the fact that there's Coriolis, they have to take into account which direction they're facing, north, south, east or west, because the Coriolis will have a different effect depending on that. So what about helicopters? Well, helicopters fly in air. They use the air. When you're hovering, they're pushing the air downwards to counterbalance the gravitational attraction. If they want to move left or right, they tilt the rotors slightly so that they can move left or right through the air, as they would do on your flat stationary Earth. Now in our case, we have already determined that if the Earth is rotating, the atmosphere must be rotating with it, otherwise we'd have those 1,000 miles an hour winds. So what you're doing with your helicopter is you are moving backwards and forwards or hovering in the air, which is rotating with the Earth. So the Earth does not and will not rotate away from underneath you. So all we have to determine is the Earth rotating? If it is, the atmosphere is rotating with it, helicopters will rotate with the atmosphere and the Earth will not turn underneath them. This is not looking good at all for you, Nathan. It looks like we've debunked number 5, as long as we can show that the Earth is rotating.
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees. Ring laser gyroscope is extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift, a 15-degree-per-hour drift.
These are facts, and nobody will debunk these statements of facts, as they are absolutely 100% accurate. I thank you.
Okay, that just leaves number 2 and 4, where RC said that you were straw manning him and you insisted that you weren't. What we're going to need for this is a ring laser gyroscope. I can't quite afford one yet, so I had a quick look around, and what I did find to represent a ring laser gyroscope is in the back of our fridge an old piece of halloumi cheese. So this is our ring laser gyroscope. As we know, as it moves, it detects that movement, which we have now determined is rotation. What I also have here is a ball to represent the Earth. And here's our ring laser gyroscope. You said that RC was claiming that as the Earth rotates underneath the ring laser gyroscope, it would detect well, you said Coriolis, but we know it's rotation. So this is what you were describing and saying that he was claiming. How do you think it does that? Do you think it sends out scanning beams or something to detect the movement underneath it? No, that's not how it works, and you know that, Nathan. What RC was saying, and said several times, was that you kept inserting the word underneath. He is talking about the ring laser gyroscope being on the surface. So what we got here is a nice representation of a Mr. Oakley with his ring laser gyroscope. Nice, isn't it? And as the Earth rotates, the ring laser gyroscope detects that rotation because the ring laser gyroscope is in the same reference frame as the Earth. Every time he said that, you strawmanned him and said, you're claiming that the ring laser gyroscope will detect the Earth moving underneath. No, you can sit that ring laser gyroscope on a table, you can stand there and hold it very, very steady, and it will detect the movement of the Earth.
These are facts, and nobody will debunk these statements of facts, as they are absolutely 100% accurate. I thank you.
You have just been busted by a piece of halloumi cheese. The reason I chose this ball is because it is a nice yellow ball. And we know you like yellow, Nathan. You show how yellow you are by never ever coming out of your channel to debate anyone. Away from that mute button and away from all your screaming little acolytes. Nathan, please send me your address and I will post this piece of halloumi cheese to you. It's manky, old and smelly, and probably just the right shade of yellow for yourself. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the views, the comments, the likes, the subscribes, and a special big thanks to my patrons, Elizabeth Schneider, Frank Kelly, Simon D, and my newest patron, Mitch Goldstein. Thank you very, very much. The Conspirator Cheese Awards, just a couple days left to vote. You need to watch the nomination show first, link up here, and then you can make an anonymous vote. If you haven't already and wish to subscribe, just click Mini-Me down in the corner. I look forward to seeing you all again, and hopefully we'll have some future cheese busting. Until then, stay sensible.
Shut up and sit down.